welcome to ACE Online. As we know that the Railway Recruitment Board come up with the examination dates of the various examinations. And if we are specifically talk about the RRB JEE, the exam dates, or we can say the tentative exams dates are from the 6th of December 2024 till 13th of December 2024. So if we are preparing for this competitive exam, it's very important to know about the exam pattern as well as the syllabus, right? So in this particular video, we are going to discuss the exam pattern and the syllabus which we need to cover and what are the important topics and what are the weightage of it. So let's start this particular video and let's see how it is. So first, initially, if we do talk about the exam pattern, and this is a CBT-1, right? So here we are having the 4 subjects. The first one is mathematics, general intelligence and reasoning, general awareness and general science. So overall we are having 100 questions for 100 marks. So basically there's 1 marks for each and every question, and yes, there's a negative marking as well, which is is of 1/3 of it, right? Now if we do talk about the number of questions from each and every segment, so from mathematics we are having 30 questions and they carry 30 marks. General intelligence we are having 25 questions, carry 25 marks. General awareness 15 questions, 15 marks. General science we are having 30 questions and 30 marks. So just to attempt these 100 questions, or the maximum number of questions that you can attempt out of 100, the time duration that you are having is of 90 minutes, right? Now in this particular video, we are going to discuss the syllabus of mathematics, general intelligence and reasoning. And after that, we are also going to see the topic-wise weightage and what are the important topics that we need to cover for this. So first, let's talk about the mathematics, right? Or you can also term it as general aptitude or aptitude in the easy term. In the other examination, the same thing is coded as the aptitude. Or you can also term it as general aptitude. Right? Now, what are the topics? So the topics are simplification, or you can also consider the approximation in it, where you need to deal with what? You need to deal with the numbers, you need to do some calculation by using the BODMAS rule. By using the BODMAS rule, right? Along with that, we are having number system, or you can say we are having all the remainder theorem and the unit place value, last digit value and everything under this number system. After that, we are having ratio and proportion and all the applications related to it also covered in this particular topic. Then we are having average, LCM and HCF, percentage, profit and loss, discount, time and work, pipes and systems, time and distance, trigonometry, simple and compound interest, age-based questions, mensuration, algebra, statistics and probability. So these are the topics which is mentioned in the examination, or we can say the syllabus, right? Now what are the important topics? So here I just created one table on the basis of the examination which was held in year 2019. So the last paper that we are having of RRB JEE is of 2019, and we know that paper are conducted in the multiple shifts or in the multiple days. So in the combined format, if we want to analyze what are the weightage and how many questions were asked from which of the topic, so we can refer this particular table. So if we do talk about the simplification, or you can also term it as, or you can consider the approximation in it, and from this particular topic here the questions are 3 to 4. Why I am writing 3 and 4 both numbers? As I have told you, there are multiple shifts and the exam was held on multiple days, right? So accordingly, in some of the paper there are only 3 questions, in some of the paper there are 4 or maybe 5. So on an average, we are just writing the number of questions. Or you can also refer the same thing with the marks as well, as we know that each question is of 1 marks only, right? Okay. Apart from that, from the number system, we were having 4 to 5 questions, ratio and proportion 2 to 3 questions, average 2 to 3 questions, LCM and HCF 1 to 2 questions, percentage 3 to 4 question, time and work 3 to 4 question, profit, loss and discount 2 to 3 question, time and distance 2 to 3 question, simple and compound interest 2 to 3 question again, trigonometry 1 to 2 question, statistics is 3 to 4 question, right? In statistics, you can also include the DI, right? In some of the paper, the questions were from DI, right? That is data interpretation. So you can also include DI over here, right? So as you can see that these are the few topics which are quite important. Apart from these topics, there are so many other topics as well. I'm not saying that the other topics are not important, but on the analysis, or we can say on the basis of this paper which was happened in 2019, we can say that these are the important topics that we need to focus on. And along with that, we also got to know the weightage of a certain topic. Let's suppose if we are talking about the number system, this is a topic from which the highest questions were asked, right? Apart from that, we are having percentage, time and work, statistics or DI, and simplification. And similarly, you can just simply able to understand the importance of the topic and you can prepare accordingly, right? Along with that, if we are going to discuss the syllabus of reasoning, or we can say the general intelligence, the topics that we are having over here is analogies and classification. There's one more thing which is used for this one is similarities and differences. There's one more term which is used for the analogy and the classification is the similarities and differences. Right? Basically, this is the same topic that we are having. There is just some different terms used for the same topic, right? Apart from that, series, in this series, the both alphabets and the number series is included. Direction sense, syllogisms, data sufficiency, statement and arguments, counting of figures, mathematical reasoning, coding, decoding, blood relations, sitting arrangement, para jumbling, clock and calendar, statement and assumptions, embedded figures, conclusion and decision making. Basically, in many of the places you will see there's a topic analytical reasoning. Analytical reasoning is nothing but what we have to do. We have to focus on the sitting arrangement, or some puzzle kind of thing is given to you where you need to find out the answer with the help of the small clues which is hidden in it, right? And there's one more term which is given over here, as we already discussed the first term, second term, and the third term is here we are having the non-verbal reasoning, in which what you have to do, you have to solve these kind of topics where you are having images, and on the basis of images you need to determine the answers, right? So if you are having a good observation skills, you can easily able to attempt those kind of questions. Now in this as well, we are having a topic wise weightage. So here we are having from the coding, decoding. Again, this calculation or this table is also based on the examination which was held in 2019, RRB 2019, right? So from the coding, decoding, we are having 3 to 4 question series. Again, I am saying the alphabet and the number, both series are included in it. Here we are having 4 to 5 questions. Blood relation 2 to 3 question, analogies 2 to 3 question, sitting arrangement 3 to 4 questions, clock 1 to 2 question, calendar 2 to 3 question, decision making 3 to 4 question, similarities and differences. Here you can say again the analogy and the classification. We are having 3 to 4 question, direction sense 4 to 5 question, non-verbal reasoning 4 to 5 question. Again, you can see that these topics are much more important as we are having the maximum number of questions in it. But it doesn't mean that we are not going to cover the rest of the topic which is given over here, right? So as now you are having the data for both the topics, that the first one is the aptitude, or we can say the mathematics, and the general intelligence and reasoning. So accordingly, you can pick the topic and prepare it well, right? So please do focus on the important topics so that you can attempt the maximum number of questions out of it, and please do take care of the accuracy and the speed at the same time. So with this one, let's end this video over here only. All the very best from our side. Thank you.
Okay students, let's continue discussion. So madam already discussed about mathematics, general intelligence and reasoning. Now let's focus on general awareness and general science. So what I am going to do in this video, I am simply going to explain what is the syllabus and also the weightage and where we need to focus. See, of course everybody knows the basic syllabus of each and every subject, but where we need to focus more, how they are framing question, that is very important, and that will leads you success. Okay, right. I am not going to discuss about each and every chapter in detail now. This video purpose is where we need to focus what is the syllabus, what is the weightage only. Okay, come to general science, because general science totally 30 marks. As you know that general awareness 15 questions and 50 marks, general science 30 questions and 30 marks, so totally 45 questions and 45 marks. Out of this the general science is 30 marks. So students, you must first give the priority to the general science because 30 questions and 30 marks. So in general science everybody knows that the physics, chemistry and biology. So what is the weightage first? 8 to 10, 8 to 10, 8 to 10. So I am not giving equal importance to physics, chemistry, biology. The examiner is giving equal importance to physics, chemistry, biology. But sometimes examiner will more focus on physics. Sometimes you can expect to 10 to 12 questions from physics, right? I mean there is more edge for physics and chemistry and biology. Okay, 3R, please give equal importance to physics, chemistry, biology. But sometimes you can expect some more questions from physics. But when you discuss about the general science, my sincere advice is first to focus on the basics, the foundation, that is very important. Most of the students, what they are doing is directly they are practicing the questions. What is this nonsense? How can you directly practice the questions when you don't have the basics of the subject? For example, when you talk about the physics, there is a light chapter. And first you should know about the properties of the light. There is a sound chapter. First you should know the basics of the sound chapter, magnetism, right, electricity. First you should have the basics about each and every topic or word or whatever may be. So my sincere advice is all the students, so please don't be in a hurry manner and don't try to thousands of questions directly without having a foundation, without having a basic knowledge about the each and every chapter. So don't be in a hurry manner. Have some patience. So first focus on only the basic things. Okay, no problem at all. Okay, right. So have a foundational basic knowledge about the physics, chemistry and biology, and later you can, of course, you can solve the more number of questions. So the most important thing is, my advice is, so first focus on basics. And read all the chapters, especially you can get help from NCERT books, you can get help from NCERT books and some other books in the market which are providing general awareness, okay, and then practice MCQs. So, and don't worry, and our ACE Academy is going to provide YouTube online sessions, I mean the free sessions for all the students who are preparing for RRB, JEE, CBT-1 examination. So don't worry that, and we are here to provide and multiple choice questions on each and every subject, we are going to provide, you should not worry. But so if you are not having any basic knowledge, first focus on basic knowledge and reach each and every chapter clearly and try to solve more number of questions. That is what I can say. Okay, let's go into the details. First, physics. Of course, the detailed syllabus was not given, everybody knows that, but based on previous question paper, based on other RRB examination, and we are here to focus on the important chapters. In physics, you should have the basic knowledge about the units and measurements, work and energy, electricity, its property, the circuit, the light chapter. Yes, light chapter is very important. See, the most important thing is they are asking questions based on application. So not only you are having the physics basic knowledge, the day-to-day life, the general science in the sense the day-to-day life. Okay, now for example, come to when we talk about the sound waves. So in health we are going to use the waves. For example, ultrasound test is there. Okay, right. So what I am trying to talk about is, when you know the physics basics, you should try to know its applications in the real life. Where any student who know the basics and also know its use in recent life or day-to-day applications, that is very an important thing. So focus on application. So before focusing on application, try to have a basic knowledge about all these chapters. So units and measurements, work and energy, electricity, light, heat, mechanics, sound and gravity. Okay, so focus on these chapters, and most important thing is the light chapter, the heat chapter, the mechanics, the sound, these are very important, of course. Next, come to the chemistry. So in chemistry, we have matter, atoms, the compounds and mixtures, the acids and bases, the periodic classification, carbon chemistry, okay, the physical and chemical changes, the metals and non-metals. Of course, any examination, when you talk about the central examination, and when there is a chemistry syllabus, and definitely there is a chance to ask the question about the metals and non-metals. So without this, you cannot expect a question paper. So focus on, see, I want to tell you one basic things. I told you already in the beginning. You should have a basic knowledge, a foundational knowledge about each and everything. So try to know about the periodic table. You should have an idea about the metals. For example, zinc is there, oxygen is there, and some gases, carbon dioxide is there, carbon dioxide is there, methane is there, carbon monoxide is there, sulfuric acid is there, and iron is there, oxygen is there. So try to know about the first basic things about all these things. What are the properties, all these things? For example, if you talk about the carbon dioxide, so what are the source of emission of carbon dioxide? What are the properties of carbon dioxide? So without, without solving all these questions first, try to focus on the basics. Okay. So try to know about the, for example, zinc is there. What are the properties of zinc? Okay. What is its reaction with when we have alloy with other things? So try to focus on basic things. Of course, we are going to discuss all these things in detail with MCQs. Don't worry. I am here to explain what are the important chapters in chemistry. And come to biology. So come to biology, we classified into major three chapters, that is botany, zoology, and also human body. Out of all these things, repeatedly they are asking more number of questions related to human body. So human body means who are the humans? We are the humans. I am talking about us. I am talking about the us. So about the blood group system, right? There is a chance to ask the question about the blood group and vitamin deficiency and disease. And disease, right? Different types of disease. Don't think that disease means AIDS, cancer, TB. No, there are other diseases also there. Okay, for example, recently in the news, COVID in the news, monkeypox virus in the news, Japanese encephalitis also in the news. So what are the disease recently in the news? Please focus on that. And when there is a disease, there is a remedy, right? So for COVID, there is a vaccine. Now there is a chance to ask a question about the recent developments regarding vaccine. For example, monkeypox virus is there, TB is there, malaria is there. So recently, Indian government, other governments or WHO, maybe recently they developed a new vaccines. So try to focus on, because biology, don't think that it is a basic subject, which is also sometime recently in the news. Okay, right? So botany, zoology, human body. So try to know about the basics of the plant kingdom, animal kingdom, and the cell system. That is also very important. Okay. Right, so focus on plant, cell biology, microorganisms, blood group, vitamins and disease. Of course, these are the repeated questions. Vitamins and disease are repeated questions. So try to know the vitamin, its deficiency which leads to some disease. Try to remember. And disease, usual disease caused by what? Protozoa, right? A virus, a bacteria. Okay, how the disease was caused. All these things you have to be focused. Okay, then next to general awareness. Come to general awareness. Of course, you can see different types of syllabus here, and questions are 15, marks are 15, but subject is very lengthy. But don't worry. So by seeing all these things chapters, and you are thinking that, sir, is there any need to read all these things for just 15 marks? Okay, see, don't think that from each and every, so my own experience I am telling that. For example, there is Indian polity. Do you think that from Indian polity, they are going to ask all the difficult questions? Definitely no. From each and every chapter, any competitive examination you are taking, even if you are talking about the civil service also, from different chapters, from different syllabus, sometimes there is a chance to ask the questions which are very easy. So, are you ready to lose those easy questions? I mean, easy marks? Definitely no. So, don't try to avoid all these things, because and these are the chapters and which has very lengthy topics. So don't think like that. Okay, I'm going to tell you, in each and every what subject, there are easy things also there where you have to focus. So current affairs, Indian geography, culture and history of India, Indian polity, economy, environmental issues, sports, technology development. Now I'm going to explain. For example, current affairs. So current affairs like a ocean, where we need to focus. Okay, simple thing. For example, you can see summits, right? Our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji is visiting other countries, attending some summits. For example, he went to America and he was attended Quad Summit. Recently went to Southeast Asia where he was attended the meeting between India and ASEAN. Those are easy things, right? So first focus on summits, that is the most important thing. Second thing, if any appointments are there, major appointments, or new Prime Minister, new President of other countries, focus on that. And focus on sports. Of course, sports is part of current affairs only. Recently important sports, I will tell you, for example, T20 World Cup, Men T20 World Cup, Women T20 World Cup, Men T20 World Cup, Women T20 World Cup. Who won? Where, what is the venue? Okay. And recently you can see about the Olympics, right? Definitely there is a chance to ask a question about the Olympics. How many Olympics? Where it was held? How many medals won by India? And what about the top country? These things you have to focus, right? So sports. And you can talk about the Wimbledon also. Wimbledon. I mean, I'm talking about the tennis. In tennis, there are 4 Grand Slams are there. In tennis, every year there are 4 Grand Slams are there. Grand Slams. In tennis, we have 4 Grand Slams. Australian Open, French Open, Wimbledon and US Open. That's it. In 4 Grand Slams, we have men's singles, women's singles. That's it. You have to focus on that. Very simple. So come to sports, focus on cricket and recent T20 World Cup. And come to Olympics, you have to focus on that. And come to tennis, focus on these 4 Grand Slams. And definitely there is a chance to ask a question, whatever I mentioned here. There is a possibility, more possibility. Something is better than nothing. If you avoid completely sports, you are going to get the 0. But if you focus on the important topics like Olympics and T20 World Cup, at least you are going to get the 1 mark. Are you ready to lose the 1 mark? Definitely no. So come to current affairs, you have to focus on summits and also appointments and also sports. Anything happened recently, any scheme launched by Government of India, right? Okay, and Indian geography. Of course, when you talk about the Indian geography, there are various chapters are there. But you have to focus on first the river system. Simply for example, Ganga, Indus, Brahmaputra, Godavari, Krishna. In which state they born? Through which state they are flowing? What are the dams constructed on those rivers? Second thing, you have to focus on the national parks. National parks. Recently tiger reserves in the news. There was a new tiger reserve. So try to focus on some tiger reserves. Try to focus on some important national parks or biosphere reserves. So focus on that. And try to focus on the mountains. So Vindhya, whatever the mountains are there, try to focus on the mountains. So come to Indian geography, first you have to focus on the river system. Okay, simple questions are there. What kind of climate system we have? What kind of forest system we have? Focus on those things only. Is it clear? Okay. The next, culture and history of India. When you talk about the culture. So don't worry, when you talk about the culture, first you should know about the dances, the dance of India, right? For example, Bharatanatyam, Kuchipudi, the origin of state. They are going to ask the question. Sometimes every state has some local dances, focus on that. And try to focus on temple architecture, that is very important. When you talk about India, when you talk about especially Hinduism and the great moralist architectures exist in India, people are not aware of that. So try to know some important temples like for example Khajuraho temples. And last year in Karnataka, Hoysala temple that got recognition from UNESCO. So there is the chance to ask the question, Hoysala temple located in which state? Khajuraho temple located in which state? So like they try to focus on the major temples state-wise, okay, and which dynasty that was built. Come to history of India, we have ancient history, we have medieval history, we have modern history. So don't worry, first try straight away focus on modern history. In the modern history, try to focus on Gandhian era. Gandhian era in the sense, I am talking about, of course, Gandhian era we talk about 1920, from 1900 to 1947. What are the important incidents happened during this period? Please focus on that. Dandi Satyagraha, non-cooperation movement, Quit India movement and Swadeshi movement. That's it. In which year the movement was held? Why the movement was held? Who was led the movement? That's it. Very simple. Come to medieval India, focus on Mughal Empire. Focus on Delhi Sultans. Only your focus is whoever the Mughal emperors are there. For example, Akbar is there, Humayun is there, Babur is there. What is their title? Which battle fought by them? Which construction they built? Which monument they built? That's it. For example, slave dynasty founder. Delhi Sultanate founded by Mughal Empire, founded by Vijayanagara Empire, founded by Shivaji, the Maratha Empire, founded by, that's it. Try to know basic, that is enough. For every kingdom, for every dynasty, there is a founder. There is a last ruler. They have titles. They fought some battles. Focus on that. And when talk about Delhi Sultans and Mughal Empire, we have architecture. For example, Humayun Tomb, Qutub Minar, Red Fort, Taj Mahal. So focus on that. That's it. At least you are going to get the 1 mark. Okay. And ancient, it's your choice. Now come to Indian polity. Indian polity, there are two things you have to focus. Number one, first to focus on articles. Article does not mean that you are going to read all the articles. No, important articles. Important articles in a sense, article 1 to 5 is important, fundamental rights is important, DPSP is important. These are very, very important. Fundamental rights starts from 14, 15, 16, 17. So please try to remember at any cost about the fundamental rights. Fundamental rights and right to principle state policy articles. These articles are very, very, very important. Okay. That is very, very important. Then some constitutional bodies are there, constitutional bodies, non-constitutional bodies. For example, Finance Commission, Election Commission, UPSC. So try to remember these articles also. Try to remember these articles also. The next possible question, they are going to ask the question about the Prime Minister, President of India, Vice President of India, Speaker, who appoints the President of India, who appoints the Speaker, how the President of is elected, how Prime Minister is elected, who appoints Supreme Court Judge, who appoints High Court Judge, that's it. Or how President of is removed, how Vice President is removed, how they are appointed, how they are elected, how they are removed. That's it. That's enough. That's it. And what is the role of Comptroller Auditor General? What is the role of Finance Commission? So try to focus on these basic. That is enough. Nothing more than that. And Indian economy, they are going to ask about the 5-year plans, maybe 5-year plans. What is GDP? What is GNP? What is the national income? And recently there is a budget. So budget, right? So there is a chance to ask the question about the budget, economic survey. Don't think that you are going to read entire budget, enter Indian economic survey, not all that. Try to focus on the basics only. What is the total budget? What are the priorities in the budget? Okay, what is our growth rate, the GDP growth rate? What is our target? Those things you have to be focused on that. And come to environmental issues is very, very important, nothing but the climate change. So first you have to focus on come to environmental issues. There are protocols are there. Protocols are there and meetings are there. Right? You can see like COP28, COP29, there are some meetings on environmental issues. So try to focus on ozone protocol, all these things. Okay, so environmental issues, you have to focus on protocols. Of course, we'll have a deep discussion about all these things later, just I'm giving an idea. So on environmental issues, try to focus on protocols and meetings. Okay, GS and technological development, that is nothing but general science and technology development. So nothing but science and technology, you have to focus on science and technology. Science and technology in the sense where we have nuclear reactors, and one more thing about the ISRO, recent launches of ISRO, recent launches of NASA. For example, any new planet is discovered, any new asteroid is discovered, and Chandrayaan 1, Chandrayaan 2, Chandrayaan 3, there is a confirmed question from Chandrayaan 1, Chandrayaan 2 or Chandrayaan 3. So what are the recent developments, recent launches by ISRO or NASA or any new telescope, any new asteroid, anything we found recently by this NASA and ISRO, it is very, very important. So try to focus on the launches of ISRO and any new vaccines, already I told you, any nuclear power plant is there, all these things you have to be focused. Sports, already I told you, you have to focus again. So now come to, I told you that ACE is going to support the students regarding their preparation. So RRB JEE 2024, CBT-1 all streams, total number of mock test 20, subject wise. So already started in August, and CBT-2, civil, mechanical, electrical, EE, total number of mock test 20. So we are going to launch this soon. And come to pre-record courses. So if any person want to crack the examination, and definitely we are ready to support you. We have all the pre-record videos are there. So please download the ACE online app. And in the ACE online app, whether civil, mechanical, electrical or whatever the course are there, subscriptions are available for 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months and 24 months. And beautiful videos recorded with experienced faculties with videos and animations and all these things. Okay, right. So thank you very much. Subscribe to our ACE online and download the ACE online app courses. Thank you very much. I wish you all the best. And one more thing I told you, we are going to launch YouTube videos. So every day in the evening time, we are going to provide you MCQs on each and every subject like mathematics or biology or physics, and all the chapters we are going to provide a detailed explanation through MCQs. Thank you very much.